Hey folks, we're going to dig into work status indicators, WSI filters, and WSI alarms in today's Ham Radio Deluxe video newsletter. I'm Mike, Whiskey Alpha 9, Papa India Echo with Ham Radio Deluxe. If you find this video useful, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. I'm going to re-emphasize something I just said because I don't want to keep sending you guys emails every couple days telling you that, hey, we've got a new video on our YouTube channel. Do hit the subscribe button and do hit the notification bell. That way when we post new videos, you'll be aware of it when it comes up. I'm going to do a lot of videos for version 6.9. I'm trying to get, at least initially I might do one every day. But as time goes on, I'll do one a week or something like that, but want to keep them going. And the way you're going to find out about it is you'll get those notifications. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell. The other thing I would say is we've got a Linktree site here. It's linktr.ee/hamradiodeluxe. So if you're familiar with Linktree, it's got all of our sites on it. And there's a lot of stuff here. You can go to our main website, obviously. You can go to our Amazon store, our support portal. This is where you would enter support tickets if you need to do that. The Amazon store I just mentioned, where you can get the Embrava blink light that I've talked about. New PCs, if you need a new PC. If I go here, like I did before, you get to a PC that's $214, comes with Windows 11, and will run, pretty much anything you want to run on it, Ham Radio Deluxe or anything else. Our YouTube channel, go to the official Facebook pages and join the Facebook pages. There's one that's the official Facebook page. We've got about 12,000 people on that page. We just started up a Facebook group page, and we're up at about 2.7 thousand people or 2,700 people. Join those pages. You'll get also aware of new posts that we post and things of that nature. I just wanted to stress that you won't have to watch for the emails if you're signed up on our social media pages, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. Okay, so we're really going to focus on just the lower quadrant of the screen. So I'll actually just kind of squeeze the video down to just that portion of the screen. But what we want to kind of walk through is that, and I've done videos on this before, but we've added some features. Actually, some of this was added in version 6.8, but this is version 6.9. So I'm going to hit some things that are new to version 6.9. And you can see that I just saw 9 uniform 1 radio uniforms show up. I need them on 80 meters. That's what that's showing there. If I double click there, it's going to change the VFO to 80 meters. And if I only want to see countries that I need, I'm going to click this work status filter, and it filters everything down. So I have basically 367 spots, but I don't want to have to look at all of them. So I filter it down just to the ones I need. And that's why those are colored, showing me that I have not worked that station before. That's what the B4 column is. I haven't worked it before on, in this case, 80 meters digital. Now you see the ones that aren't shaded. That's because there's a yellow yield sign telling me that I've worked 603T on 40 meters digital. So it's going to show it in the filter, but it's not going to set off an alarm. So let's look at this stuff a little bit more in detail. How did I do that? So I'm going to click here on options. I'm going to come up to WSI filters. So first of all, I should step back and just explain what WSIs are. So WSI is a work status indicator. And what it really means is, have you worked, I'm going to say country, but we could be talking about states, zones, counties, iotas, grids, prefixes, whatever you want. It works the same way. And an X means that you haven't worked it on that particular band or mode. Yield sign means you've worked it but not confirmed it. And green check mark means you've confirmed it on whatever particular thing we're talking about. And I'll look at this again. Down here, you can decide what you're chasing. I'm a DXCC fan, so I can use QSLs or Logbook of the World. EQSL isn't accepted for it, so I leave that unchecked. So that means that anything that's in my log that's been not worked, or confirmed will be based upon those confirmations. First thing I want to say after that is pay no attention to any of this over here. I've actually been trying to get rid of it for years, but it's fairly limited. You won't need it. So I'll show you more about that here in a moment. In the work status indicator filters, I'm able to say when I turn the filter on, I want to see only a brand new country, an all-time new one. That's what this column is. Now this is new in version 6.9, or if it's a new country on a band. Now I could just as easily say I want to see also CQ zones or ITU zones for a particular band. I don't need any for Atnos, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So now when I change this, now you see I've got 9 of the spots that are shown. And look at this one here where it says Australia. This is VK6AS. How you going, mate? And the reason why that's showing is because there's a red X under ITU zone 58. So if I wanted to fill in ITU zone 58 on 20 meters, I would go and work him. This is really important. I can't stress how powerful this feature is, because this is going to highlight and direct the things to you that you need to work. And going back here again to this, that's what these were doing. So if I want to see those things when it's filtered, I can also ignore the ones that have been it says confirm, but really, ignore the before. I can do that, and then it'll just take it down to the ones that I have not worked before, which is helpful if you got a larger list of things there. I kind of like to see them because I like to see what's going on out there, so I'm going to uncheck that, and when I do, I've got all these ones back. All right, and then the alarms work the same way. For example, if I get, and you can select the at-no band and modes separately. I'm going to select the same 2 here. And then I can say skip the alarms for the ones I worked before. So in other words, if you're in, FT8, you're working FT8 on, let's say, 40 meters, and you worked a new one. You got the new country for 40 meters in your log, and but yet you keep seeing them in HRD alert. You keep seeing them in the decodes. You don't want to keep getting alarms for something you've already worked. So you check that one. You'll see them, but it won't necessarily alarm for you when you see that come up. And but you'll see it unless you say skip it. So that's what these 2 things are about. Now you can create alarms. For example, here's some alarms that I created some time ago. They're still in here. Lots of guys have taken the approach that, well, I know that a particular DXpedition is on the air, like 603T or 9U1RU. So I put those in here. You don't need to. It's not necessary at all. All you have to do is enable the WSI alarms and the WSI filters. It already knows what's in your log. So there's no need whatsoever to go and do that. And also right now, I happen to have some decodes coming in here into HRD alert. And the situation is exactly the same for HRD alert. So we're going to see over here U.S. counties, for example, but I've worked all these countries. So when I hit the filter, I'm only going to see the ones that, again, are based on what I had indicated a while ago, whether it's an ATNO country or a band country or a band zone for CQ and ITU. So those are the ones that are being shown here, so I should go and work them. I don't think there are any countries here that are new for me, but the ones that are being shown here are needed for either zones or ITU zones or CQ zones. So you got various different methods to generate an alarm. You can do voice text to speech. You can use the and I'll show you what I'm doing with my phone. I did a video on this here a while back, but there's something called pushover, and you can have email messages sent right here, and you can see that some of these are coming through on my phone, and when they do, they'll chirp, and so that's when I know that it's time to go work some DX. There's the Umbrava blink light, which I've shown in previous videos, and so on. So another thing, since I'm here, I might as well point out this question mark down here. If you click on this, this will take you to the exact page in the manual online that shows you the information about setting up that particular screen. So you can see here, once I clicked on it, it shows all the information about that particular screen and how it's configured. There's a little bit of updating that we're going to do with our documentation, but anytime you're in one of these screens, you can click the question mark and it'll take you to the spot in the manual where you can learn more about it. Another feature in this is called the DX histogram. What it's doing is it's taking all the DX spots that you've received. So right now I'm up to almost 600 spots. And out of 600 spots, this is how they're placed across the bands. The legend on the right-hand side shows you kind of an orange for CW, kind of a greenish for digital, and purple for voice. And we know where we are in the modern day, so everybody's on digital. It looks like most of the activities on 40 meters. So that's really, really cool. I just had the thing go off again telling me there was a DX station, and that's this last one here. And I don't actually see them. I am monitoring that frequency, but I don't see them on the air, so I'm not getting alerts. If I were, I would see them in this list here, and I don't see them. I'm actually going to change my filters back over because I don't really spend that much time looking for the zones. And so now if I click the filter, nothing there because there aren't any countries on the air that I need. So yeah, that's the coolest thing ever. I went from about 2,100 DXCC challenge countries to almost 2,700 now. If I go and look at the awards tracking, I'm at 2,688. So that's over about 3-year time. And once you get up above 2,000, it comes a lot more slowly. A couple other things to note. The solar cycle progression has changed. Someone asked if you could scroll to the left, and it's not set up that way, but you can change the range. You can go back to the dawn of time and see it, well, for as long as the records have been kept at NOAA, which takes you back to 1899. So that's pretty cool. And the 30-day solar cycle. A couple other things to note is that under the DX cluster, which is where I'm at now, I can look at the announcements, which is great. But we've also taken the most recent announcement and put it at the bottom of the screen, so you don't always have to bounce over there to look at it. WCY is shown here. That's the latest solar weather from WCY, and then WWV is shown here, but that's also shown over here as well. So that's some helpful additional information. So we've pretty much covered this whole entire section here, and that's what I wanted to cover in the video. So if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments section. Happy to help answer any questions you might have, but I can't stress enough how important this is. It's going to really help you if you're collecting countries, zones, grids, counties, states, whatever it is you're chasing. It's going to make your chasing a lot more effective. So 73 from Mike, Whiskey Alpha 9, Papa India Echo.